Wexley spills the tea.
Fill up my cup, baby. What we got?
Oh, we're going to fill it up to the tippy top today. And let's just go ahead and jump right in. The biggest fucking stuff going on right now is that Cody Rhodes news, the Cody Rhodes saga. So,
yeah,
he's gone from AEW. Him and Brandy are officially gone.
Officially.
And no one knows exactly what he's going to do yet. There's heavy rumors leaning very hard towards WWE, but there's many possibilities. Nothing's been set in stone yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he is going to WWE, actually. But, I feel like there's a way for all of these rumors to kind of be true. Like, all of them. I think it's a possibility. I don't know if I see Cody Rhodes being Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw every Monday, or Roman Reigns on SmackDown every Friday. I just don't. I don't see him being a weekly guy he wasn't that in AEW either. So to me, we've also heard the rumor, which I don't think it's really a headline. It's just more rumor and like suspicion that he might be trying to purchase Ring of Honor. I think that there's a possibility for him to sign with WWE in a more of a part-time fashion and also own Ring of Honor. And I think that could be a really big leg up for this whole Forbidden Door vibe for WWE. Especially if they start kind of, at that point too, you will have had, let's just imagine in an imaginary booking world. Let's say that does happen. Okay. WWE signs Cody Rhodes to a part-time gig and he also buys Ring of Honor, right? So if that happens, we will have seen the Ring of Honor Championship defended on Ring of Honor's own show, on AEW, and on WWE. That'd be a massive coup for WWE. Not only that, but getting an AEW VP who is now the owner of Ring of Honor, it makes WWE seem like, oh, they're all about the Forbidden Door, which realistically it's just a deal with one guy who have, you know what I'm saying? And
it's honestly a little bit. It'd be good for Ring of Honor, more exposure for them.
For everyone. It really would be good for everyone.
Yeah.
Including AEW, because then you get some AEW loyalty type vibe. We're already experiencing it now. They have a grassroots. AEW is going nowhere. Is pretty much what I'm saying. They're an established brand that's going to stay for a very, very, very long time. I do think that the whole EVP vibe, the Bucks, Omega, Cody, that's all going to eventually fall away. It's Tony Khan's show, and it should be. It really should be.
That's actually one of the main reasons why Cody left, is because it is Tony Khan's show now, and he does control everything. The EVP now is just more of a formality, a name, and Cody really wanted more creative control and wanted to be the EVP, even though the other guys aren't really doing that anymore. They're just kind of helping out in little aspects here, but they're not full creative control. They're not booking.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, they're just trying to help the tag division, help the women's division, do what they can. But
right. If you can get, but that's what I'm saying. You get somebody like Cody Rhodes and he runs Ring of Honor, even if he gets half of that roster back, like let's say you get, the Kingdom back, Gresham and Braun or Titan or whatever. That alone with indie guys, you can make that work for sure. At least on that third level, they could at least rise to the Impact level. I think you could easily get people like the Inspiration over there. And when certain guys' contracts come up with AEW, I could see. Janela's is coming up. He's not going to renew.
Maybe some of the lower mid-card guys, they know they wouldn't be able to get that extra push.
Yeah.
And they could do something like a Christian Cage back in the day. Go to the smaller promotion, build your brand up.
Yeah. Get some of the old NXT guys that still haven't been signed. I'm still waiting for Patrick Clark, a.k.a. the Velveteen Dream, to get a shot somewhere. I think that dude's a great wrestler. I don't think he's done, but we'll see.
Yeah. And, I think that could work. And I know Cody he wants to honor his dad's booking legacy.
Yeah. I think he's a good booker. I genuinely do think he's good at, if he has been the one that's involved in his storylines, the only thing that I think really sucked was the Anthony Ogogo thing.
That's what I was going to say. And that's I feel was the beginning of the salt turn where people were just like, eh.
But I think the booking would have worked if they could have done it in the UK with that crowd being way behind Ogogo. You know what I mean?
Yes, that would make sense. But the whole pro-America thing, it just doesn't work in 2022. It just doesn't.
I agree.
We're done with that shit. This ain't WWE. Maybe he can make it work in WWE, but you know who's not going to be going there with him apparently is Brandy.
Yeah. I think that she's done with wrestling. At least done with that side of it, on screen. She seems like she does not like being on camera.
Well, actually, that's quite the opposite. She still wants to wrestle. She's been training this week, and she still wants to pursue an in-ring career. And WWE made her an announcer for a reason the first time.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And there's contrary reports coming out backstage. A lot of people saying no one liked Brandy backstage, but a lot of people are coming out defending it, saying, oh, a lot of people did like her. So it's kind of all up in the air. I just know
it's probably just like every other wrestling locker room, and it's a bunch of cliques, and a certain clique of people hated her, and a certain clique of people loved her, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah. Can't please everybody these days.
Can't.
But, yeah, so other big news is there's the big rumor that Stone Cold Steve Austin may be having a match at WrestleMania.
Bro, have you heard the craziest part about? Okay, so that's we've heard that rumor against KO, right?
Yeah, against Kevin Owens.
The craziest part is that they're gonna try. Like, rumor has it now is that they're gonna try to somehow fit John Cena into a three-way with them, so that way Owens can kind of carry a lot of the match if he needs to, but you still get awesome spots between Cena and Austin that we never got. And I love that idea of a triple threat.
Can Cena just wrestle in his Peacemaker gear?
Oh, please.
I'd be totally down for that because I was not a very big Cena fan, but after his acting run recently, I became a Cena fan.
Peacemaker kicks ass, by the way. I love that show. If you're not
why
watching
did he not
on
get
HBO,
to show that
God,
charisma in WWE? He never got to display that charisma. It was all pretty standard, basic, except for the thugonomic shit. He got to say some stuff, but once he dropped that and was just like, "I'm Cena, Super Cena Man," he never really got it on the mic as good. But dude,
yeah, he did an interview that's on YouTube. You guys can find it too with GQ after the second or third episode of Peacemaker came out, and he was talking about wrestling, and he said that he's actually pitched ideas to Vince about wrestling in between his acting gigs, and that he doesn't run the company, and that he was he essentially was told no a couple times. So it's not that he's just not been there. Like, apparently he's had gaps where he's wanted to come back and work, and Vince has been like,
and Vince said no. Well, what if Mr. Tony Khan says yes?
Yeah, I don't.
They already have that. I mean, hey, there's already the partnership. He's working for DC. They're owned by the same company. Hey, it would never happen. Anything's possible these days. We never thought CM Punk would come back. We never
John
thought
Cena
Jericho
is the Undertaker, though, man. He's I mean, it's like Austin or Rock. Neither one of those guys are ever going to AEW. Never.
Hey, well, speaking of the Undertaker, he was just announced this morning as the first inductee of the WWE Hall of Fame.
Oh, I didn't know that.
This year. Just an hour before we started recording. So the Undertaker, we knew this was going to happen. This should have happened 10 years ago, to be honest. But Undertaker Hall of Fame, fantastic. We knew it was going to happen. But WWE is up to their old tactics again. They released longtime Spanish announcer Carlos Cabrera.
I mean, that dude's old as sin, though. I mean, imagine if JR was still on Raw. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but they just, I don't know. Now, remember when it was him and Hugo Savinovich? That was the best Spanish announce team from the 90s.
Oh, dude,
because Hugo
the selling that they did when the tables went down. Oh, the selling was just top notch.
Hell in the Cell, the way Hugo Savinovich went down, he slid like a fucking worm. It was great. Awesome. I love those guys. Sucks to see that now the other half is officially gone, and 205 Live officially canceled. There's now a new show coming on Friday nights called NXT Level Up.
Oh no!
And I think it's going to be in direct competition with Rampage.
On what channel? Sci-Fi?
Some random shit. It's coming on at the same time, like Fridays at 9 o'clock, I think, and it's only going to be a 1 hour show, just like that.
It's probably like a Peacock streaming thing or something.
Yeah, I think so. But they completely changed it. No more 205 Live. It's called NXT Level Up, and it's all colorful and crazy looking, like NXT 2.0.
Well, apparently the WWE themselves are loving NXT 2.0 now, and they think that Shawn Michaels has completely revamped that whole thing, and they're in love with the way it's going right now.
Well, I guess they didn't see all those people booing Braun Breaker winning the title the other night, and then because they pumped in fake crowd noise to make it seem like they were cheering for him. You could just see thumbs downs everywhere. Everybody really wanted Santos Escobar to win at that point, but you can't please everybody, just like we said. And you were talking about NXT signings that haven't been anywhere yet. Well, last night on New Japan Strong, we had 3 former NXT guys show up.
Ooh, who showed up?
Shane Thorne met back up with his TM36 or the Mighty Don't Kneel, Jonah Rock. He wasn't part of that, so he's back with his Australian the Mighty Don't Kneel boys. Grand Metalik came back as his old gimmick Mascara Dorada and reignited his feud with TJP from 205 Live. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
they could span that in between companies. And Isaiah Swerve Scott made his debut to challenge Jay White, and he denied a chance to join the Bullet Club.
I love it. I love that. That's cool. I think that all those guys fit for New Japan. I think that that's a good run there, especially if New Japan ends up doing another partnership with another company, like an Impact or, whatever.
And speaking of people wrestling there, old Buddy Murphy, Buddy Mathews, is very heavily teased to be the third guy in the House of Black. They did a little promo this week, and that's like the rumor going around that he's going to be the third guy.
I love it, dude. I think Buddy Matthews
have a good third guy, right?
Yeah, I think like Buddy Matthews is super underrated. I could totally see awesome programs with guys like Jungle Boy and Starks and Guevara. The dude's got a ton of talent. He's a ridiculously good worker. I'm a big fan.
And one thing I want to mention, pretty cool, we did the GCW show last week, and we were raving about how good 16-year-old Nick Wayne is. He actually got an all-elite wrestling contract.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy contract, man. I mean, he's got to finish high school before he can go full-time, but he's still going to wrestle on shows, which is crazy.
It's more like a development, it's basically like they're securing him to his deal like a college player. Like, we're going to secure this kid, lock him up. Yeah, exactly. They're locking him up. They're like, oh, yeah, we're not going to let WWE get a hold of this dude.
Absolutely not. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, me too. Great. Fantastic shit. The only other big thing in the news, I know you were talking about Titan, but Braun Strowman, Titan, aka Braun Strowman, and EC3 are actually starting their own promotion called Control Your Narrative, and there's a TV deal imminent, apparently.
Huh. Control Your Narrative.
That's going to be the name of the promotion.
That's a bad idea. I don't like that idea from them. I don't think smart. I don't think that they're not. That's a bad idea. I don't think they're able to carry a company.
I think it's bad timing with the Cody leaving AEW and all this big stuff going on. Like, no one really cares about this. Like, New Japan's got some shit popping off. AEW storylines are popping. WWE, they're headed in the right direction. I don't think anybody really cares about Control Your Narrative at this point. Impact, great episode of Impact last night. No Surrenders coming up tomorrow. Like, all the companies are doing well. I don't think you need to start another one.
Yeah, man. It's exciting. It's exciting indeed. Anything else before we get to the episode?
I mean, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes. Cody Rhodes, Stone Cold maybe coming back. I mean, if those are the headlines in wrestling right now. Stone Cold and Cody Rhodes. Did you ever think that would be the headlines coming into last week?
I did not, but I am sure excited about it. Man,